The what is your opinion when it comes to people who just there's a difficulty in a game, and instead of going and just like fighting the difficulty and going, oh, maybe this is too difficult for me, they just keep on beating their head against the wall.
The first question I have is: are the people that you talking about right now, were they the ones in that alien spaceship that just went away?
They weren't. They're the people in Elden
There
Ring.
they are. They're back. They said, "Hey, we." Oh, they're dead. So the people we're talking about are dead. Just so.
They're dead.
So you
They're in Elden Ring and Dark Souls.
okay.
And they're trying to figure out why the world
Oh
is
my
so
gosh.
difficult for no good reason.
Well, probably because they never figured out the proper way to tie their shoes in the morning. So they're leaving the house every morning with loose shoes. That makes your feet hurt. And then by the time you encounter enemies, you're like, I have blisters, man. And the enemy's like, hey, I have blisters too, but you don't see me not burning you with fire because I'm a dragon.
If you were to fight a dragon, what would be the number one thing you'd concentrate on? You'd think about it. It's a big dragon.
Okay.
It's got legs and arms, and so say if it has arms that are wings or wings that are arms, whichever way you want to say wyvern or
Arm
dragon.
wings. Okay.
You had to go up and fight it because you had a sword or something. How would you do that?
How would I approach a dragon with a sword to fight it?
Mm-hmm.
Assuming that its upper appendages were arm-like or wing-like.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably pretend to be a Girl Scout selling cookies, and I would just trick it. I mean, because a dragon's weakness is its love of Thin Mints.
Thin mints.
Yeah, Thin Mints.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. You would think it would be like the Schmores one because it could just add its own fire.
Yes.
But that would be the same as if you got let's say you as a human, because I'm pretty sure you're still human, or at least you are for today. It'd be like if you got like the lemon ones, the lemon Girl Scout cookies, and just rubbed your sweat on it and decided to eat it.
Oh my goodness!
It doesn't make sense. So no, a dragon would not want to toast its own s'mores marshmallow cookie from Girl Scouts when it could just eat Thin Mints.
Well, the fun part about Elden Ring is you fight dragons, multiple dragons, and depending upon your build, because you can do a build that's using nothing but bows, you can do a build that's using heavy weapons, you can do a build that is using magic, and you just fight dragons.
I like just going at full speed as fast as I can, and then you turn, and then I just flip around like, oops, dead. Like
And
he was
dead.
drunk.
Just like if you're fighting giant dragons and going full cocked without trying to make a sense out of what you were doing, you would end up being dead. And that's what happens in Elden Ring. So Elden Ring also has a situation where you're after you do one round of the game and beat the final enemy of the game, you can do New Game Plus
Okay.
with all the equipment that you previously had. Now,
Is the final boss George R. R. Martin?
the final boss is almost George R. R. Martin because it's a giant whale, and I assume George R. R. Martin at this point is a giant whale that sits at a computer and doesn't finish books.